Hey, beautiful people, hope you all are doing very well today. Welcome back to the Young Black and Independent Show, where we discuss a variety of topics to help young black folks live lives that are still fully fulfilled, lives that are value added, lives that are less materialistic, and lives that are financially independent. I'm your host, Sil, and the topic of today's discussion is 6 reasons why women should earn their own money. Yes, you heard that right. Reasons why you girl should be earning your own money. Interesting. um so in today's society, especially in the African society, it is very uncommon um to see a woman who doesn't 100% depend on her spouse or partner for everything that has to do with her livelihood. It's just fascinating, I can't wrap my finger around it. It's very confusing for me. Um, but I've always pondered what really goes through the mind of a woman who just sits there and expects everything to be done for her. What are you thinking about? Um, It's true that many would argue that it's the man's responsibility to be the breadwinner and to look after his family. No doubt, it's very true. But, if we go back to the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 14, um, I quote, "It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper as his complement." Hmm. So when God made Eve out of Adam's rib, He wasn't giving Eve a child. He wasn't giving her, He wasn't giving Adam a child. He wasn't giving him a burden. He wasn't giving him a dependent or troublemaker. He was giving him a helper. Heck, a helper, someone to complement him in his efforts. Okay? So, having said that, I came across some very shocking statistics about women and money, which I thought, I want to share this with my ladies. So, I'm sure you've heard of the name Kiyosaki before. Miss Kim Kiyosaki wrote a book about rich woman. That's the title of the book. And in that book, she said 47% of women over the age of 50 are single. Hmm. This therefore means that you have to be able to make your own money, isn't it? If you're single and you have no one to pay for you, or you have no breadwinner besides yourself, you have to make your own money. He also said that 50% of marriages end in divorce. Hmm. So when you get divorced, who's going to pay for your stuff then? Especially in the African context, it's not like in, the European or civilized or Western culture where when you get divorced, you get a chunk of money, you get property and all that from a man who had money. But in this context, you don't get anything. When you're divorced, you go your way. Like, go your way, your sacred ways. So it's very important for us women in this African society to understand that 50% of marriages will end in divorce. So are you preparing for the storm? In the first year after divorcing, a woman's standard of living drops an average of 73%. Are you kidding me? Did you guys know this? So once you separate from your husband, your standard of living just takes a free fall. Phew! 73%. My goodness. Did you know this? If you did, how come you're not earning your own money? You don't want to be able to, or you don't want to walk to your local provision store and say, "Oh, please, can I borrow, I don't know, biscuits, Gary, whatever." just because you've divorced. Really? Nah, you shouldn't depend on a man to finance your livelihood. Come on. Of the elderly living in poverty, 3 out of 4 are women. Imagine if there are 4 elderly people who are poor, 3 of them are women. Just one is a man. And 80% of these 3 women who are poor, were not poor when they were younger and when their husbands were alive. Wow. Nearly 7 out of 10 women will live in poverty sometime in their lives. If you're not earning your own money, girl, that's what's going to happen to you. You don't want to live in poverty at some point in time in your life. Now, these are the 6 reasons why women should earn their own cash. Contrary to, decades ago when, women were known as housewives and limited to that appellation or that sense of duty. Today's woman is an entrepreneur, is educated, is a professional, and really participates in the evolution of our society. Women are designing stuff, women are flying planes, women are becoming more and more financially independent. If you check the Forbes 500 list, you see loads of women on there. Oprah Winfrey alone is worth $3.5 billion, richest woman in the world. And I came across some top statistics on women in the workforce. I'll just say a few. 14.6% of board chairs belong to women. 52% of women in the world deal with non-inclusive behavior at work. You just don't want you at work, you have to bring your folded chair and sit at the table if you're not invited. Okay? Now, the first reason why you want to become financially independent is that you want to be able to override the dependence with interdependence. I'll explain. So when you are dependent, it means you are gimme. When you're interdependent, it means your partner or your husband depends on you and you depend on them, which is very important. If you're dependent, it is likely that you will lose your respect along the line. If your husband buys beauty products for you, if you work with help, if he gives you money for sanitary pads, underpants, everything. Come on. What kind of respect do you think he's going to have for you? There's an amazing quote from the Saudi Arabian ambassador to the US. She said, I truly believe that liberty for a woman comes from the ability to make financial decisions for her life. It's your life. The only time that you have your liberty is when you're able to take out your checkbook and write a check to pay for the things that you want, the things that you desire. The woman and the man should be able to meet halfway and to sort the economics at home out. Being able to help your partner as a woman to pay for micro expenses is something that can really provide a healthy ground for an amazing long-term relationship. I remember talking to a brother of mine who recently got married, and he was like, oh my God, I made the best decision ever to marry this girl. I was talking to her about when we started living together, when we got married and we moved into the house I bought. By the way, he lives in the US. And she told me, oh honey, I'm earning my own cash. I'll be able to pay for electricity and I'll be able to pay for gas. He said, oh my God, it was such a relief. This was about $800 off the budget, and it was a great relief for him. And he was like, yes, I found the right woman. Imagine, men also need help. They need help. They need interdependence. They don't need over-dependence. The second reason why you want to earn your own cash is to fulfill your destiny. Look at Diana. She was very passionate about philanthropic work, Look at Oprah. Look at Melinda Gates. These are people who have passions. These are women who have passion for you know, things that affect our society. They want to be able to go out and do their own things without necessarily, selling it to their husband. You want to put your natural gifts to task. You want to be able to showcase it as a woman. Once you can earn your own money, you don't need to go and make your husband to buy into a particular project or dream that you have. You can just go on and do your thing like Diana was doing. You know, just earning your own money empowers you as a woman. The third reason why you want to earn your own cash is because you discipline your partner or your spouse. I don't know about you, but I personally think that serial cheaters, men who are serial cheaters, who disrespect their wives in public, often do that because they can get away with it, and because these women cannot up and leave. Honestly, if a man knew that his wife had the power to up and leave the moment she found that he disrespected her, he will be very careful, literally. And that's why women who are financially dependent on men, they just succumb to all the emotional torture and the blackmail, because what? They cannot afford to leave. They cannot afford to pay for the life that they're enjoying. They cannot afford to even send their children to school. So they'll stay there and be treated as a house help and endure everything. Why? Why? Why do you let anyone treat you like that? Why do you let anyone bring you down, beat you down every single day? Because you cannot go out and earn your own money? No matter how small, if you're not making your own money, you are enabling a sinister um, human being in the name of your spouse or your husband, your partner, if he's a cheat. A financially viable woman who can pay for her own rent, buy her own car, shop her own clothes, afford her own holidays, fund her own dreams, and provide for her offspring will surely tame a cheating partner. You will have it under control. Because honestly, being financially dependent will handicap you big time. And if you're not happy with what's going on, just take your suitcases and you call your driver and say, meet me at the gate. You put your suitcases in and you say, see you later. You don't have to stick around. The fourth reason why you need to be um, financially independent as a woman is for your own economic stability. Um, Earning your own money just provides a safety net for you and your family. Um, my personal experience when my father died, I was only 16. He had a car crash and died. No one expected it, but it changed everything for the family because he was the sole breadwinner at the time. True, my mom was working, but um, it was under struggle really, and I quickly understood how important it is for a woman to work. In fact, it was life that taught me this lesson because I saw that my mom started to struggle to provide for us. This can happen any day, guys. It can happen any day, ladies. Your husband can become terminally ill. He can get fired from his job. He can get into a car crash and become incapacitated. He can lose his business, can be burned down or something like that. But what happens? The family starts begging, start starving, your kids start starving, you drop out of school. No, shouldn't be the case. You should be able to earn your own money and meet your husband halfway. You should be able to say to your husband, you know what, hon, I've got this. You should be able to synergize your efforts and your income with that of your husband so that you both can pay for stuff in the home comfortably and still be able to do the things that you love. You can pay for family holidays and best schools for your kids effortlessly. It doesn't have to be one person's problem. Both of you can do that. The next reason why you should earn your own cash is to exercise your knowledge and skill. I was talking to a friend who is an eligible bachelor who is very passionate about empowering women. And he asked me, why do parents even bother sending their female children to school if they don't intend for them to come out and go into the marketplace and be able to earn an income? Why even bother? Just leave them at home, isn't it? And sell them off to the highest bidder in the name of a bright price. And he said to me that if a woman has gone to school, surely she should be able to put to use what she's learned, all the knowledge, the wisdom, the skills that she's acquired. That's why you should earn your own cash. You should put these things to practice and help mankind. Mankind needs your knowledge. Women are excellent workers. When they put their hearts to it, they go all out. They work very hard. What a man can do, a woman can definitely do better. It's so true. So pour out and bless the world with your knowledge, with your skill, with your talent. The world needs you. And imagine doing that and then earning some cash and becoming financially independent, being a boss lady. Literally. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, it's going to be cool. And the last but not the least, reason why you should have your own money as a woman is to complement your partner or your spouse. A lot of women fall for the full-time housewife story. When you do that, I'm sorry, honey, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It is absolutely fantastic to be at home to raise your kids, to bond with them, to take care of your household, and everything. But that's a story you tell yourself in order not to push yourself to earn or push yourself out of your comfort zone to earn your own money. I know lots of women, including myself, who have kids who are still earning their own money. So don't be lazy. Don't be lazy, girl. Don't be lazy. No matter how small, come on, we live in a day and age where everything happens on your phone. You just have to think outside the box. Remember that being at home and limiting yourself to the role of a housewife or house partner, whatever you want to call it, to chores, kids, marital duties, you don't get wiser, you know. Anything that is not put to use dies. If you've gone to school and you stay at home doing only house chores, cooking, gari and eru and whatever, you don't get wiser. Whilst you're depreciating upstairs, your husband is out there as a result of his job and outdoor exposure and interactions. He's growing. And then there will come a time when you guys are unable to even have intellectual conversations. You guys are unable to talk about anything besides the kids have done this, the neighbor has done that, the bed has done this, the food has done that. You won't be able to even accompany your husband to dinner dates with business partners and talk in a way that is a value add. How sad. And then your husband is going to, or your partner is going to be out there meeting very smart, badass women who are calling the shots, who are doing their thing, and then quickly starts to fall in love with that kind of a woman. And before you know it, boom, side chick crisis hits your home. I'm sure you don't want to deal with the side chick, do you? Whether you're married or you're a partner, or you're unmarried, you don't want to deal with an extra partner. So you have to live up to it. Go out as well, do your work, interact with people, so that you can be growing at the same time as your husband or your partner. I encourage you to aim to be counted amongst the entrepreneurial women of our generation, to live a fulfilled life and to grow together with your partner. Women are all well capable of supplementing their partners in different aspects of life. Limiting yourself to a beggar as a housewife, in quotes, is a shame. Compared to all the things that you can achieve if you are an income earner. It doesn't matter how small. Money has no color, remember? Start something and earn your own money. Be a role model to your female and male children whilst balancing everything up as a wife or as a partner. If you want to start your own business, I encourage you to go to our website www.youngandindependent.com and read best tips on how to start and grow your small business. Now, if you recommended books as well, there's an article on our website that will help you, guide you through this brilliant podcast that I just completed. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave a comment in the comment section, like it, share it with everyone that you know. You can also follow us on all our social media: Facebook, Young and Independent Community; Instagram, Young and Independent 35; Twitter, Young and Independent; YouTube, Young and Independent. There's a brilliant video by Priyanka Chopra, which I would love for you to listen to and watch. Every single woman out there needs to hear this, what is about to happen to us as women, and I want you to let that sink into you and to trigger a change in your status quo. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I love you. Do take care. Bye.